Interested in getting tickets to a concert or sporting event? Use SeatGeek and get $20 off on your next purchase with promo code OBERSPORTS. That's OBERSPORTS, OBERSPORTS. Ladies and gentlemen, the Milwaukee Bucks are up 3-0 on the Miami Heat in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs after a 113-84 win in Miami. Just a suffocating defensive performance by the Bucks in this one. This Bucks team, watching this team last year versus this year against the Heat, it's like night and day. I mean, it's watching an entirely different basketball team. And it's not just the personnel either. I mean, obviously the Bucks are better player-wise from last year to this year, but also, I mean, I gotta say I like what Mike Budenholzer has been doing. I gotta say I like it. They're running offenses, they're switching on defense, they're playing with intensity and energy. I mean, a lot of that I think stems from Mike Budenholzer. He's clearly learned from the past 2 seasons that you can't just go in, keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect it to work. The playoffs are a different animal than the regular season, and he's finally learning that. And look what it's doing. I mean, the Bucks look extreme. The Bucks are dominant. I mean, they look as good as they've been since last season before the bubble. That bubble, this Heat team, I gotta say, they're looking more and more like frauds every day. And, I'm gonna withhold, on saying this series is over because I have been in a lot of situations where I've been supremely confident in my team to finish off a playoff series or a playoff game with a win, and it ended up being the other way around. We choked and we lost. And I know, teams that are 3-0 have never lost in the NBA playoffs, but I'm going to withhold on talking any shit, at least mega shit, until we get that 4th W. Because I don't want to be, put on Twitter or anything or social media and people laughing at me for, calling it over. But I mean, obviously you can't really blame me if I did. But I'm still not going to do it because I don't like jinxing things and I'm one of those superstitious people. So, I'm going to withhold on that. But the Bucks are in an extremely good position right now. If they don't win Game 4, they're going to have Game 5 at home in front of 16,500 screaming fans since the Bucks just increased the capacity to near max. I think it was 90 or 95%. But overall, the defense is better, the offense is better. Guys who were even on the team last year, who were struggling in the playoff series against Miami, such as Pat Connaughton. I mean, he's playing lights out. I got to hand it to him. I've been one of the biggest Pat Connaughton haters out there, but he has been playing with legitimate impact. He is playing his best basketball of the year. I didn't even think Pat Connaughton could play this well, honestly. I mean, he's playing good defense, he's rebounding the ball well, and he's hitting his threes. I didn't even think he could do this that well. I mean, he's always been that kind of player, but he's doing everything that he's here to do at an exceptional level. I got to hand it to him. He's playing great. But Jrue Holiday, once again, great game, 19 points, 7 of 10 shooting, 12 assists. Chris Middleton, once again, silencing the haters, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and Giannis putting together a Giannis stat line. Didn't really need him much on the scoring end, only had 17 points, but he also had 17 rebounds and 5 assists and played exceptional defense. So, I mean, you don't need a big game out of him. I mean, this is the kind of team, Miami's the kind of team that's like, geared to be able to stop Giannis, but I mean, you can stop one guy, but you can't stop anybody else on the team. So, I mean, Jrue Holiday is eating. Chris Middleton is, cooking guys who are smaller on him. Duncan Robinson, Goran Dragic. I mean, these guys can't guard Chris Middleton. And Middleton had a lot of big shots tonight in critical moments. Miami would go on to, a nice little quick run, and then Middleton would just hit a tough 3 in somebody's face. He'd hit a tough jumper to stop the bleeding, to stop the momentum. And that's really what the Bucks did a lot tonight. Every time Miami, looked like they might be able to make a run, make it close, the Bucks just hit tough shots. Or, even not tough shots. They were able to run an offense and get what they wanted. And, the Heat defense, for as much as it was, praised throughout the season and, how much it frustrated us last season, the Bucks, I mean, they're they got what they wanted tonight. I mean, they got whatever shot they really wanted on the court, with the exception of I mean, even Giannis was able to get into the paint pretty frequently. He just didn't really attack as much as we're used to seeing him because they throw a lot of guys at him, but he's able to kick it out, and other guys were able to create off the dribble. Clearly, Mike Budenholzer learned something from last playoffs as well. I mean, Giannis wasn't the guy initiating the offense tonight. It was either Drew or Chris. And two of the big three were on the court at the same time at every point of the game, except for, the ending when we put in the G League starters. But, I mean, they just look fantastic. And one more win and they're on to the next round, and I'm assuming it's going to be the Nets, considering that they're up 2-0 on Boston. But, hey, I mean, that series could easily swing as well. Boston is a team that can, get a couple tough W's at home, and the Garden is one of the toughest places to play in the entire association. So we'll see what happens in that series, but I mean, everything appears to be on course for a Brooklyn versus Milwaukee second round series, which honestly to me should be the Eastern Conference Finals, because I think both of those teams are a tier ahead of Philadelphia. But still, gotta love it. I mean, you gotta love the way that the Bucks have just done everything better compared to last season. And I mean, they're going up against virtually the same exact team. They've improved their team a bit personnel-wise, but, overall, the coaching has been better, the offense has been better, the defense has been better. Everything has just been better. And, that could be in part to do to additions like Drew Holiday and Bobby Portis and PJ Tucker. It is in part to those additions, but it's also, I think, Mike Budenholzer really adjusting the way he coaches his team and, making the adjustments necessary in the postseason. I mean, they're switching a ton. They're going to zone defense when possible. When they have a favorable matchup to do so, they're putting their best player on Giannis, on the Miami's best player, Jimmy Butler. I mean, they're just doing everything that they didn't do the previous season against Miami that I wanted Mike Budenholzer to do. And they've got better personnel to do it, too. So, hey, I mean, gotta give credit where credit is due. The past two seasons, I've ended the season by saying we should fire Mike Budenholzer. Hopefully, I end this season by saying the Bucks are the finals champions. But, hey, still got one more to go. So hopefully the Bucks can pull it off. And if they can't pull it off next game, then hey, we get game 5 at home and we got a sold-out crowd. So, in the meantime, guys, thanks for watching. Comment below if you think the Bucks are going to sweep the Heat or if they're going to win in 5 or more. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Bucks.